So my workstation, yes, is a disaster. But I'm going to be working on this little bad boy here. It's an old Craftsman. I'm going to make it on a 19-inch handle. So I'm going to start sandpapering and else here. Go up there. Review. All right. '80 grits. There's already a lot of rust taken off, but so no, it's pretty loud, but annoying. But you can see just never ends, the rust. Sanding's my least favorite part. I believe it's probably everyone's least favorite part. We'll get to a nice pitted look. Good. That's about as much patience I'm going to get for sanding on that side. So if you can't tell, if you haven't been able to tell, I'm lefty, and tools are not made for lefties. You can see this shit blowing in my face from the fan kicking out the side, whereas if I was righty, you'd be sucking in this side and going out that way. So, just another way. Alright. hand sanding after it's hung, because I still bang it up. Back here. Oh, that's nice. That's going good. Probably see nice shine on the tip there. So this not that good, but I get it sharp enough to see if it'll work. Yeah, you can see that it's sharp enough for that. All right, and you don't need an axe that sharp. Who the fuck shaving with an axe? It's ridiculous. You just need it for what is it? Sharp enough to get the bit into the wood. In fact, most mauls that are, you know, meant for splitting, they don't have that bullshit going on. They're not very sharp at the bit. All right, so now I'm gonna have to take down this handle. It doesn't fit in here. So I'm going to start shaving some of the cheeks off of this, and a little bit off of the back. I don't like taking too much of the front, although I probably will, because it's so thin up there. I feel like it weakens it, but maybe I'm not thinking scientifically enough. I don't know. So to do that, I don't know, I'm going to try my little plane here. If the handle's too small for that, we'll go with the back and forth between the belt sander and my what's it called? Spoke shave, which I cannot get sharp. So it creates all these ripples. I'm gonna have to smooth it out on the sander. Luckily I'm not smoothing out spokes. Yeah, this little thing's awesome, but this handle's so small that, yeah, I don't think it's going to grab anything. Little flakes here, probably not worth it. This thing really, like, there's no need for sand. When you get a good piece of wood and like there's no need for even sanding after it. Just, it's so nice. Oh, it makes this Jorgensen cheap. No. Keep doing this back and forth. You're bored anyway. So, and I have no followers, so it doesn't really matter. All right, perfect. Not perfect, but it's getting there. The cheeks are fine. It's actually pretty wide. Just need to shave a little bit, I believe, off of these little back shoulders. I've done this before, plug in my vacuum here. That is my vacuum. forth with this stuff. It's getting there. It's just that, honestly, it's right in the front and the back. This probably won't take that long. It's got a nice flat top, so the way I hang is like this, right? But I gotta sand down some of this handle. It's got some shine on it too. And I'm gonna bevel the bottom here so it doesn't cause any cuts and cracks in the wood. And I don't mind a little rolling the collar there. Looks cool, but just don't want it to dig in and create a weak spot. Like if a piece of metal on these older ones juts out and just like in the wood at a slight angle, and then you swing and maybe you aren't hitting it perfectly straight, it can just start doing little splits there. Especially when the eye gets looser, right? When you put your like that stuff. There's a large one, but when you get a wedge in there, which is different wood than hickory, this usually will get where the moisture is and weaken a little bit from just moving around too, and this thing's smashing on it, and then it starts wobbling, and the little burrs go into the wood back and forth. I try to keep my head super tight. I can't stand that. But it's one of my favorite. I like them beat up and used. You don't have to worry about them. It's gonna be a nice color for that, or do we want to use Purple Heart? The Purple Heart might be nice. Yeah, give this thing some character. Alright, cool. So, I finished polishing up that head. Looks pretty good. Top. It's in good shape. And it's an old Craftsman. Definitely something that started with a CR and ended with an AN. And I finished contouring up the handle, which I'll show you. So basically took out some of the guts here, a little here. I like to have my whatever fat, my heel and my hand land in there, and a little bit out of the inside too. So you have the feeling of the big butt. So it's all beveled as well. We got a nice bevel actually, and I believe we have a good fit. I smack this on, it's gonna be right as rain. So I'm gonna show the hafting process now. Just banging enough to make it stick, and then rubber hammer. Rubber mallet first. You can see that it pops right out of the top. Got great, I mean, that's perfect fit underneath. Still could use a couple wallops probably. Yeah, that's dead ass straight on too, so that's good. And just for safety precautions, without overdoing it, try not to hit the accent to your face, and you're good. All right. So now we got it on. In here, there's a little curl on the sides. It's fine as long as it doesn't cut the sides, and that's not splitting anything, so a little curl is not bad. And I believe I wanted to use Purple Heart wedge. This is gonna be too small. Do I want to do a combo? Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Some of these things are bad shape. All right. Cool. Get you all glued up. Put it in my trusty vise. And tighten it up. Alright. Nice and tight. Yeah, it's already gumming up on my fingers. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna get this in there. And so it doesn't move, I'm gonna put this guy in there. I got glue on both sides because I want it to stick to the other wedge too. Although I haven't had any issues. Okay. Need to move back. Alright, man, you're too big. That's me just hammering the shit out of things. I'm gonna take my robe. I got a little surgery to do on this one. You as well, it looks like, huh? Okay. As far in as it's going to go with the rubber mallet. Let's see if I can smash it in now. Right. I think that's as far as it's going to go. Probably good. And just to measure what that means, this is the size wedge. So that means a little bit, because I just took off a bunch off the top, a little bit more than halfway down the wedge is going. And that's kind of what you want. Maybe a little bit further down. I don't think I get this any further down. Give it a shot. There we go. Start killing myself. Now that's in there. All right. Now I just gotta cut off the top. Fill in some of those gaps on the. Oh yeah, I got no gap underneath, which is awesome. I always look forward to that. And it doesn't look like I'm going to have any gap on the top, except for maybe where in the handle they put that hole. I mean, in the top of the eye. Didn't have to be such a slick hit. And so, slowly do it, but a couple taps on the back gets it usually right back down. Then you can put your, what is it called? Your metal wedge or another piece of wood in there, depending on how you do it. Plug this in, apparently. This came out really nice. Again, it's got to be, you know, polished and stuff, but this is what it looks like. You can see those two little holes there. That's comes in the thing, so I can, to be honest, sawdust work. It's too big. So excited about this little guy. So I just filled in those two little holes. Just put a little piece of wood and put some linseed oil in there. I'm going to saturate the top, and then we will do all the finishing touches at another time. Right here, I mean, the branding thing. So let's see here if I can lift this up a little bit. Okay, that looks good right there, I think. So, since it's the smaller one, I can't fit the head on that without it looking absolutely weird. And plus, I don't like weakening the neck of the handle too much. The eye came out fantastic. Half Purple Heart, half oak, painted. Now we are gonna fire up, and people think I'm just doing this to make it look cool, and they wouldn't be necessarily wrong, but I'm also doing it because when you heat the wood, it opens the grains just like a little bit, you know, because I know it's dead and it's old or whatever, but you can feel the grains, and then that's when I like putting on the linseed oil, so it gets further than just the surface. Again, I'm not using science to do this. It's all personal feel, and if someone wanted to debate me on it, go. I wouldn't debate. You're probably right, but you can actually see the fibers, though, like lift up a bit. And this heats the handle like pretty good, so you don't want to let it rest on there for too long. I really don't try to chart. I'm sometimes not good with the neck issues, and my hands aren't very steady. and I sometimes leave it in a spot for too long. I know you're probably all making fun of me for my suspenders, but I just was doing a lot of bending and lifting of delivery I had to do. And wearing a belt with no ass is not very comfortable, constantly pulling up your pants. So I found out these suspenders take away that issue. Although they do chafe my nipples a bit. Now we just put some linseed oil on this guy. I don't know if this stuff's even safe, but it's always all over me. It smells okay until you have too much of it. Then you start getting sick of the smell. If you're wondering where I got this cool shirt from, muslin stuff. Over here, a big thing of muslin. I'll just use the accent that's going on to give it that full authentic feel here. And I cut a little slice off. Way wacky there, but relax. Cool. One. This is the good one. Here. Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice. Okay. Where's my people are thinking, what is this little muslin gonna do? It worked pretty damn good. I've overstruck plenty of times with it on some of my other guys, and it's like rope. You know, when you tie rope or spin rope into a twine, it's just so much stronger. So wrapping it around over and over again makes it really strong. So this is a very old one. It's actually a bit dried out. All the glue kind of off it, all the water. You can see that the sinew is all over the place. But I beat the hell out of this thing, and it's been on doing a pretty good job. And it's still banging up the handle underneath. So I just put some water in with the wood glue because I want it more like a paper mache type thing, not pure glue. And then afterwards I brush more and more on. I don't know if I have any battery left, but basically I do this, and I put the in the vise, and I wrap it real tight. And then, so I don't pull myself, I also put on a vice grip. My hands get really disgusting from this. Start with usually the skinnier side. Seam at the back of the axe. And then once you get it overlaid from each other, you can actually tighten it pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Right. Make sure you protect your fingers against the sharp bit. Oh, be aware where that fucking bit is. It will ruin your day. Alright, cool. Just wipe off the extra running off there. Good luck finding that. Really fucking stupid. And this is how I just keep it tight. So what I'm going to do, make a little bow line out of this. Perfect. Again at the back. There we go. Make sure it's up high on the muslin. And then wrap and wrap. Super tight. Some space, go back up. And this is where you really have to watch the edges as you're pulling, trying to pull tight. You still gotta go far out. Still pull tight, wrap underneath. That bit is sharp. Let's see, extra glue. Horizontal line. Right, and then I just do it quick. One close. Keep tight. Around. One more. Smooth little space. And we can do just simple, regular, good old-fashioned shoe knots here. Okay, cool. Now, I'm just getting there. I'm going to cut this now. Just hold that thing. And you got it. Roll it down. So, throwing this tonight. You don't see it right up. Even more. Slide around some glue right for you right now. Let me sure everyone's covered. And now wait. And the sinew is, or sinew, whatever you want to call it, has that waxiness, so I'd like to give it a little crispy burn without making it too weak. At the knot. All right, cool. That'd be that. So just to show you, I mean, you wouldn't really be needing to split something like this big piece with this little axe, but just to show how nice this thing really is. It's really good with a little knot, you know. Right up. Try this without overstriking. Cracked it. Let's try again. And it's in really good shape. Yep. And then when you're in the bush, hold it flat on the ground and split. Cool. Alright, let me know if you're interested. Brush up after the swings.